It's Monday, May 10th, 2021. It's 2:46 a.m. I've read the Bible. I've read the Bible a few times, front to back, cover to cover. The first time I remember ever picking up the Bible was in a jail cell. And the only reason I picked up this Bible was because I had nothing else to do. There was nothing else to read. It was all I had. And sometimes when it's all you have, you make the best of it. And I didn't understand it the first time. So I had more time. So I read it again. This time I prayed for understanding. Now, mind you, I was maybe 16 or 17 years old. And I was fasting in a cell. Because something was telling me, this is what you need to do. And so I remember them bringing the food around, and there's metal traps. Where the trap opens up, they slide you a tray in, shut the trap back. When you're done eating, they open the trap up, you push the tray out. But I remember reading the Bible the first time, and I didn't understand it. It wasn't clear. I was like, what is this? What is this? Like, what is this I'm reading? Why am I reading this? Why does this have so many people taken? What is this? What's in here? So I read it again. Not back to back, Gave a little bit of time. And when I read it again, I remembered the story of the Israelites in Egypt and how they were treated. And how if they did not meet their quotas, because the Israelites were slaves in Egypt, God's chosen people were slaves to a Pharaoh who would beat them if they did not accomplish what they were told they need to do. But they weren't giving the right material to be able to accomplish the goal. So it was a no-win situation. You ever had somebody ask you to do something, then you do it, and they say it wasn't the right way, but they didn't give you instructions, and it's like, how can I win? I can't win because you're not making it possible to win. You're not making it possible to accomplish this. You're making it difficult. And the Israelites wanted so bad to be free from the rule of Pharaoh, free from eating onions and leeks for dinner every night, free from being beat on, free. They wanted to be out. They wanted to be done. It reminds me a lot of the American slaves. They wanted to be done. It's too much. Nobody should have to live like this every day. And so God, being the faithful God that he is, granted a safe passage to the Israelites and even gave instructions on what to do and how to do it. Moses takes the Israelites out of Egypt. Moses does miraculous things to show the Israelites that he is leading, that God is with them. He lifts the Red Sea to give them clear passage because God gave Moses that ability. See, God will put people in your life who have the ability to do things you can't do. And sometimes God will put the ability in you to do things that you didn't think you could do. But at the end of the day, and when it's all said and done, God always gives that power. So the Israelites are away from Egypt, out of the thumb of the Pharaoh. Now they're in the wilderness. But now they want to go back. Because the next level of what's to come the next level of what is to come is too unbearable. It's too much. So they just want to go back. Everything that they prayed for, asked for, and they want to go back to eating leeks and onions, to being beat, they want to go back. The reason why the Bible is so important is because the parables and the stories relate very much to what's going on right now, to what's always been going on. As long as man has been walking the face of this earth, it talks to what's going on. So when somebody tells me they want to go further, faster, farther, longer, I said, go ahead. You can do it. You can do it. But when they want to go back, because it gets a little difficult, man's been doing that forever. As soon as a challenge arises, I don't think I want this. As soon as the challenge comes up, I don't think this is for me. Nobody said it would be this hard. Nobody also said it'd be easy. But you would rather go back to what's comfortable, to what's familiar. Because it's easy. And so Moses was the one to get them out of Egypt. But it was actually Aaron who ended up having to finish the journey. Because Moses never got to see the promised land. on to the next level is always going to require a level of uncomfortableness. It's always going to require a level of uncertainty. And you know what? I can't tell somebody who's going to quit the journey or somebody who's going to go all the way through to save my life. I can't tell. I can't tell. But if you read the Bible, you will unlock information that will uncover the steps of man. So when things happen, you're not so much in a reactionary stage or in a surprise state. You say, oh, well, I knew that was going to happen. I knew the possibility that that could happen. You know, I pray you don't turn back and go back to what's familiar and what's comfortable. But I know it's possible. I know it's a reality. I know that people do it. So I'm not in complete shock. But I pray that you don't. I pray that you keep going forward. I pray that you see what's on the other side. I pray you don't stop until you do see what's on the other side. And I pray that if you feel like there's even more than what you think you're seeing, that I pray you keep going until you see that, until something else reveals itself. One thing I know about God is God reveals one thing after you've accomplished it. Then he'll reveal the next thing. Then he'll build the next thing. See, what God is faithful to do is he's faithful to give you a way. But he already promised a long time ago what he would do for you and what you had coming to you. He promised that a long time ago. So I know that as a parent, if I don't like repeating myself, and I just had this conversation with my 9-year-old, if I don't like repeating myself, what makes me think that if God gave me his word, he wants to repeat himself? So when he says go forward, you say, well, I don't know the way. And he says, well, I've already promised you I'll make a way. I'll provide a way out of no way. What's the problem? Well, I want to know the answers now. I want to know it all now. And you see, most people only want to know all the answers right now because their faith isn't strong enough to take them from step to step to step to step to step. I told my wife last night, I said, well, we good. I said, we good, sweetie. I said, God is talking. And since I don't care about what the next step is, I'm listening. What do you want me to do right now? I want to show myself an obedient servant, worthy of God talking to me. I don't want to sit back and say, you know what, God, I'm not moving until you lay it all out for me and make it nice and comfortable. I want to see each and every step as before we even get there. I want you to lay it out. Each and every step. And God said, I won't do that. I am not a God that I have to prove something to you. I have already promised you. And did I not create everything? Did I not even bring you into this world? Did I not help you survive those bullets flying? That drug overdose? Being born into that household where nobody cared about God. Didn't I help you survive that? What more do I have to do? What more do I have to give up? So I'm not shocked when people quit. I'm always shocked when people keep going. Because quitting is easy to do. Doesn't take nothing to quit. But to keep going, that's what makes greatness. To have an inkling or an indication, and by the way, there's no such thing as luck. There's no such thing as just chance. God is either telling you to do something or he is not. God is either asking for you to be obedient or he's not. You've either asked for something and he's delivering it in a way that you didn't think he would deliver it, and he's asking you to do something, or he's not. He either delivered it or he didn't. Where did it come from? Did you ask for it? So if you ever want to know who's talking to you, just ask yourself, did I ask for it? When you get your word, when you get your face in your Bible, you can start understanding why man does what they does, and you don't ever have to be surprised or in shock when man fails or when man succeeds, because the Bible is already going to tell you exactly what they were going to do. He's not a God that he should lie. So if he asks you to take a step forward, put it like this: if you go into your doctor and you say, I don't feel the best, I'm feeling a certain kind of way. Doc say, okay, I'm gonna write you a prescription. I want you to take this 3 times a day, every 4 hours, like clockwork. I want you to take it for the next 5 days, and everything will be okay. You say, okay, I'm gonna send the prescription off. I gotta pick this prescription off. Then you say you want me to take 3 of these a day, spread apart by 4 hours. All right, cool. Take it for 5 days, and at the end of the 5 days, everything will be fine. Excellent. So now when God says, hey, make this step, and I'll make a way out of no way, we look at him like, dude, what? For what? The next step only becomes clearer once you take the first step. It's the only way it's going to work.